hygienist, a dentist, an oral hygienist. Open your mouth for about 4 or 5 minutes. Take a little bit of this fluoride riddance. Swish, but don't spit it. Swallow it now, finish.
Today I was going to give you guys a little patch haul of some of the patches that I got for my trip from Provincetown, but something happened on that video that I want to talk about. In that video, I was singing along to an ICP song while showing off this new patch. Someone had commented 2 comments under it that I want to address and talk about. Their first comment said, "Please never do this again," and their second comment says, "You don't even know the lyrics." When I got to the comment, I said, "I know the lyrics, they're not hard, I don't know what's up with your phone, but my sync is just fine." I haven't been listening to ICP for a while, but I like what I hear. I'm definitely a newcomer. But from what I've heard about the community and a lot of their lyrics is that they're very accepting. So I bring this up. I say, hey, aren't Juggalos supposed to be accepting? And why would you be bashing on a newcomer? Then they wound up deleting their comments. With this being my first interaction with a Juggalo, it could make me want to leave the scene. It's not gonna, because I like the music, but it could. So I pose this question for all the gatekeepers out there. Which is worse, someone getting the lyrics wrong or the scene dying out because gatekeepers are mean to newcomers?
Hi, my name is Mia. I am in the parking lot of a ShopRite, and today I'm going to teach teenagers how to get in and out of a shopping cart, because you're never too young to enjoy these things. As long as you can fit, you're good. So first up, you're gonna take your leg, you're gonna put it inside, duck, and you just scooch right in, put your arm in, and then load your foot in. Now, when you're in this position, as I learned the hard way, you can't get out, especially through the doors. Like this, you just won't. Maybe if you try hard enough, if I really wanted to step out. But here's the quick and easy way that I found out to get out of this fire truck cart trolley thing. So you're gonna sit, feet planted onto the bottom floor. You're gonna wanna get your hands over the wheels, kind of get your butt up, scoot, and get your hands on the ground. And we're just gonna kick forward. That's not where my leg's supposed to go. Hold up. So I have learned, I've only done this once before. I'm not an expert. So we're just gonna try our best. Okay, there we go. We're gonna scoot out. Kinda did a backwards thing there, and bam, you're out. Looking as fabulous as ever. And had your best time ever in this fire truck cart trolley.
I always say just morning instead of good morning, because if it were a good morning, I'd be fishing.
Okay. See, throw it back, start a riot. See, throw it back, start a riot. See, throw it back, start a riot.
Well, what can I say? I'm just the type of guy who tells it like it is. And sometimes, just between me and you, I tell it like it isn't. And that is called lying.
Don't get your bra in a twist, fat boy. This has nothing to do with you, so keep out of my way.
Or what?
Or, I'll punch you in the boobs.
I don't have boobs. These are pectorals. Ow, my boobs!
It's just one of those days. It's all about the he says, she says bullshit.
Oh, you don't like that? Or do you just not like me? Sorry, I don't treat you like a goddess. Is that what you want me to do? Sorry, I don't treat you like you're perfect, like all your
Cops don't like me, so I don't like cops.
When you see the punks walking down the street, your neighbor's house, they're gonna meet at 9 o'clock. Ashtray starts, call the fucking cops. We got kicked to PBI, raped to get drugged. The cops will always show up because they hate punks. When are they gonna real?
A real conversation I had with my therapist at our session last week. I mean, honestly, the thing I relate most to are the stories of people with autism, because I feel like I'm playing a game that I've never heard of, and my rule book is in Japanese and I'm missing half the pieces. And wait, go back to that. What do you mean you feel autistic? Can you explain that? Oh, I mean, I just mean like, I feel that way sometimes, you know, not really. Like, I'm not like diagnosing myself or anything. I just kind of relate to when they post stories about themselves online, you know, and their experiences. I kind of, you know, just, it's not really. Just let's forget that. The reason I ask is, did you know that I run the testing facility at the Adult Autistic Center in the next town over? Yeah, and you've never been tested for autism? No, ma'am. It was like an 8-month process, like a year ago, just for me to get my ADHD diagnosis. My parents never had me tested for anything. You see, that's funny because I have in your file that you're autistic. It was just that obvious to me. We've talked about this before, right? I mean, from my end, this is pretty obvious. Like, your textbook autism. Huh. Yeah, let's look at your file real quick. Look, you've got sensory issues, food aversions, you've always had trouble socializing. Every time you want to talk about something emotionally deep, you refuse to look me in the face and you always look down or to the side. Whenever you're listening really closely, you won't meet my eyes, you look down or to the side. You have mentioned things like you can hear the refrigerator running across the house and it bothers you, and the sensation of velvet makes your teeth hurt, and you are easily frustrated by rules at work because you don't know which ones are actually meant for you to be followed and which ones are just kind of there that you can ignore. That's because that's stupid. Why would you have a rule that everyone's just allowed to break? If everyone's allowed to break the rule, just remove the rule. Yeah, how about we go get you an evaluation, okay? Yeah, sounds good. I'm just gonna have to reanalyze every struggle I've ever had in my life. It's not me being crazy or stupid or lazy, I'm an autism.
I am quantum physics. My witness brings me into existence. I wish I could be a girl. That way you wish I could be your girlfriend, boyfriend.
Punk rockers of TikTok, specifically if you're new or if you're younger or just getting into it, you don't know very much, you're trying to discover some stuff. The internet isn't necessarily the best resource for some of this stuff, but I put together a list of bands that you should listen to. If you haven't heard these bands, stop what you're doing and listen to every single one, every single record, beginning to end. It will change your fucking life, I promise. If I would have known this when I was young, this would have changed so much for me. This is the holy fucking grail. If there's a band on this list that you think should be on this list, go ahead and drop it in the comments. But here we go. This is directly from my playlist to yours. All right, here we go. Rapid fire. The holy fucking grail. Let's do it. The Four Skins, Antidote, The Briggs, A Global Threat, The Prowlers, Angelic Upstarts, The Pissed, The Restarts, Drongos for Europe, The Varukers, Funeral Dress, Takers and Users, Rude Pride, The Partisans, The Skeptics, Abrasive Wheels, Sloppy Seconds, The Virus, Vanilla Muffins, The Business, King Size Braces, The Ejected, The Underdogs, The Suburbs, The Bruisers, Major Accident, Perkele, Perkele, Cockney Rejects, Special Duties, Infra-Riot, Peter and the Test Tube Babies, Toy Dolls, Astacask, Kask, The Discocks, The Templars, Oi Polloi, Blitz, Cocksparer, gotta have it, and the Skin Flicks. You're welcome.
When I'm caught breaking the laws of physics, I wish I could be a girl in that way. You wish I could be your girlfriend, boyfriend. Am I pretty enough to love back? No, not yet. I wish.
I have a little PSA for basically everyone who shops retail. I don't care where, if it's a grocery store in the middle of bumfuck nowhere, or if it's at your, local Hot Topic where, a lot of gender fluid people might be working. Please, when you are going to ask someone who works at a store that you are shopping at a question, do not assume their gender. I don't even know why this has to be said in this day and age, but seriously, if you look at someone, I don't care how femme they look, I don't care how masked they look, you don't know who they are, and you don't know how they identify themselves, so do not assume that they go by the pronouns that you think they go by. Every single day that I work, I get misgendered somewhere between probably 15 to 20 times, if not more, especially if we're busy, and it gets really exhausting. And that being said, if someone corrects you on their pronouns, please, for the love of God, do not be an asshole about it. This isn't about you. You didn't offend them. They are just trying to stand up for who they are. And for you to turn around and then give them an attitude about it, then that's being disrespectful and offensive, and just don't do that. My advice is, if you are going to ask somebody a question, start off with, "Excuse me, do you work here?" And yes, that can be annoying to somebody who works at a store and it's very obvious, but that's still a better route to take. Or, "Excuse me, I have a question, can I ask you a question?" Basically start off with "excuse me" or "pardon me" or anything like that. You do not need to even bring gender into the equation. If you see their name, like on their name badge, maybe go by their name. Or you know what, even go the extra mile and just ask them what their pronouns are. Like, it's really not that hard. Don't be a dick.
It didn't take me long to realize something that never occurred to me before. Actually, no one ever really talks about this, but
cash or charge?
being gay is really expensive.
I'm fine. I'm fine.
Alright, I feel like shit. Who is it? Don't look at me, you took your meds today. Fair. Anxiety? No, I'm doing okay. Depression? This you? No, I've been doing pretty good since we got this thing. For fuck's sake, I should have known. What is it? I, did the thing again. Which thing? I'm gonna need you to be more specific. I mean, I can stop if you want me to. I mean, yeah, if you could do that, that would be— Oh my god, I'm so hungry. Oh my god, I haven't eaten anything today!
Did you see that story about the trans person who got murdered and their body was found? Yeah, that was my friend, actually. I just can't believe stuff like that still happens in the world. Like, can you? Well, I'm trans, so yes, I can believe that. But you're not like trans, you know what I mean? Okay. Anyway, I was telling my friend about you the other day, and I was like, I know this really cool girl, and she's like so smart. My pronouns are they, them. Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm totally an ally. Okay. Anyway, do you want to come to my house tonight? We're doing a Harry Potter marathon. No, I don't support anything Harry Potter related. You've never seen Harry Potter? The author is extremely transphobic, so no. Hey, why don't you come over to my house anymore? Because your casual transphobia is murdering my siblings.
It's recently occurred to me that some people don't like history because they've never had someone with autism shout at them about exciting things that they were never taught in history class, and I am here to rectify that. We're gonna start with the night witches. Everybody's heard of them, right? Russian ladies, wonderful, flew and bombed the Nazis in their little shitty planes. What you probably didn't know is that they were all under the age of 30. They were 17 to 29 specifically because they were too young to have children. Another fun fact about them is that all their airplanes were made out of wood, which means if they were hit with tracer rounds like the Germans like to shoot at them, their planes would set on fire. You may have heard that they turned their engines off to drop the bombs on the Nazis because that way their planes were quiet and they wouldn't be picked up on any sort of, like, check. But did you know that the planes they were given were so crappy that sometimes the props wouldn't start, so they had to climb out on their turned-off airplanes in the air and manually hand start the props for their frickin' biplanes? Aside from being the first women in World War II that were allowed in combat, because prior to that, no women in any army were allowed to return fire on soldiers. They were all, like, medics and shit. These women were given guns. And they were so deadly that the Germans decided that shooting one down was an automatic, like, Iron Cross equivalent. You didn't even have to kill them, you just had to shoot down the plane. These women were never picked up on radio checker signal thingies because their planes weren't equipped with radios, maps, or, get this, parachutes. Parachutes! The reason their planes were never picked up on radar is because they were too small. Because who the hell flies biplanes that were made for crop dusting into a war zone? They had a motto that had like 12 parts to it, and the first one was be proud that you're a woman. They even used the same pencils that they would draw their maps in to put on eyeliner before they went out to bomb the Nazis. So if you think history is boring, it's probably because you've never had an autistic person shout at you about something you never learned in history class. I'm willing to do more shouting if you guys are down.
Walking by Hot Topic singing Blink.
Where are you?
What is the perfect age to have top surgery? My youngest patient was 15 and my oldest patient was 74. So what makes it ideal? Well, perhaps what makes it ideal is patient's state of mind. My 14-year-old identified very, very young that he was trans. When I say young, I'm talking about 5 to 6 years of age, and was referred to me from Children's Hospital. My 74-year-old patient always felt comfortable in his own skin. Took testosterone, was fine, binded for many, many, many years, and then finally, at 74, he decided to come in and have top surgery. I had to ask, what took him so long? And he said, next year, we're planning to go to Hawaii, and I don't want to have to wear a shirt on the beach. And I was going, and it took you 70 years to get to Hawaii? And we laughed a little bit about it. At the end of the day, top surgery is elective. And when should you have it? It's when it's right for you.
Hello, welcome to 7 Reasons Why You Should Listen to our queer punk band Gum Disease in under 30 seconds.
I can play Flight of the Bumblebee perfectly on Guitar Hero. We all have over 7 teeth.
We wear party hats when we play live.
Between the 3 of us, we are probably allergic to literally everything ever.
We're on all major streaming services, so whoever you are and wherever you listen to music, you don't have an excuse.
Hold my cards. Sun nuggets, solar babies, La Uva Loca, California's finest, all for you to smoke on.
I like your funny words, Magic Man.
I have a genuine question for all men. All sexually active men, I should say. When a woman tells you, don't.
With her, I'm never alone, and I kiss her cold lips until the morning come, and she gone. I can still hear her voice loom, but she only exists in the dark of my room. Love. I can't ignore you. In my room. Do anything for you, lady. I do adore you. In my room.
should just shut the fuck up. I'm bored. I don't wanna do that.
Play with this kaleidoscope I got you at the airport.
What? A kaleidoscope? I'm not 5. Shapes and colors.
Let's be friends forever. Wanna do everything with you together. Wanna play with Kitty and me. Come, kitty, kitty, you're so pretty, pretty. Don't go, kitty, kitty, stay with me.
Hey, like the bread, little birdie? You like the bread?
I fucking love this bread.
I sold my soul to the devil for designer. They said, go to hell, but I told them I don't wanna. If you know me well, then you know that I ain't going, cause I don't wanna.
Don't you think like that, I will love you endlessly. If you'd only believe me, don't you think like that, I will love you endlessly. If you'd only believe me, don't you think like that, I will love you endlessly. Don't you think like that, I will love you endlessly. If you'd only believe me.
Oh, you're such a handsome young man. Can you give us a big smile? Oh, please don't do that again. Okay.
I was today years old when I found out that Insane Clown Posse has a new documentary coming out this month called United States of Insanity about their battle and landmark case against the FBI in the United States for our First Amendment rights. If you weren't already aware, a while back the FBI started labeling Juggalos or fans of Insane Clown Posse as gang members. And then if they were ever brought up on charges, they could give them higher charges as gang members. And what did Insane Clown Posse do? They brought the FBI to court for their fucking fans. I've said it before and I'll say it again. If there was ever a hill to die on, it's the hill defending ICP. Whoop whoop to my Juggalos and Juggalettes.
I'm an autistic person who's been asked to complete a task. I am the person who asked that task of you. It is unclear to me the manner in which you want me to complete this task, so I'm asking you now for clarification before I begin so that I can be sure that I am doing what you want so that you don't get upset with me later. I'm of the opinion that you should already know how I want the task to be completed, so instead of giving you clarification, I'm going to tell you to just do it how you would do it, despite me having a specific way that I do want it to get done. Sounds fake, but okay, I'm going to take your words at face value and complete the task in the way that I would do it because that's what you told me to do, and I don't know what else to do if you won't give me any other information. Oh my god, no, why would you do the task this way? This is terrible, and you should have known what I wanted despite my refusal to tell you. Oh man, this is exactly what I knew would happen from the beginning, which is why I asked for clarification in the first place. I don't know what to tell you, buddy. You should have known how I wanted you to complete that task despite me never giving you any of the tools to do so. Cool, awesome, thank you.